Hello again, YouTube. Truth Man here. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. Don't forget to buy the No Matrix gear. This is one of the shirts. We coming up on the spring. You can get the jogging pants and the shirt like this. Y'all got it, man. Y'all got the money. Go ahead and get it. You're going to see me sporting it. You see, I already got the shirt. Support the channel by buying the merch. And you also can support the channel by sending super thanks. You can super chat during lives. But you also can send cash apps like my brother Dre. I don't know if you want me to use your real name, but we'll just say Dre because that's what it said. Shout out to you. But we're getting back to my other brother, my MA brother. Remember, I ain't gonna even tell y'all what it stands for because y'all haven't got with us. And that's charisma. 808. Charisma is serious about black unity. And y'all can say what y'all want about young people. The young people are the ones that's taking the steps to unite. We always talk about what they don't know and what they do out here, but when they do something positive, you should be acknowledging that even more. You know, I ain't heard from none of y'all old heads, dudes my age and stuff like that. Y'all all talk about unity. Well, what you can't unite if you're not in charge. I talk a lot about you can't play with the other person's ball if they not in the game. That's how a lot of people is. I ain't tripping though, because I'm going to get as much done as I can with the people who are with me. And I'm not going to worry about the rest. And I'm going to ignore people who talk that stuff. Because it reminds me of funerals when people always say, man, we need to keep in touch. And they be the funny acting people that won't call nobody. You know, see, it's a shame when we gotta come together at funerals. We need to keep in touch. Anyway, we getting back to content by request, and this is from Charisma 808. One of the real dudes in the world. Waddell, Charisma, these some real brothers. They don't just talk. They put forth movements and actions. Content by request. Just like with that. What other content creators do content by request? Y'all don't even be making requests, which tell me you think you know a lot. Let me tell you something. A lot of y'all don't even read enough to know a lot. A lot of people, it's just their arrogance. They don't even do research. Like a lot of them, they couldn't tell me what's the name of one of the 13 Illuminati families without looking it up. You can't tell me what do they call, how many men is it at the top of the Illuminati pyramid? Because you don't study. You just cockiness. Cocky. I went to this school. So? You probably got taught by enemies. Enemies to humanity. Content by request. Cutting family off, question mark. Am I wrong for cutting my pops off, question mark. This is something right here, y'all. And I think Charisma be really trying to look out for y'all too with these content by requests. He slept with and had a relationship with my ex. Charisma's father slept with his ex and had a relationship with him. This content by request. I'm going to keep reading. We wasn't together, but we had a sexual relationship. I went to high school with, he probably meant to say with her. The first time he did it, he ended up having to be on suicide watch because she broke his heart. So not only did he diss his own son, he went on suicide watch. I wish I could talk to his father. But who knows? He might not listen to me. If he ain't listening to Charisma, his own son, he probably wouldn't listen to me either. Hold on. The first time he did it, let me read that part again. He ended up having to be on suicide watch because she broke his heart. I had already explained to him about our former relationship. He told me to stay out of his business and really was dismissive and disrespectful. First of all, I'm going to keep reading because I'm going to go back through this. It says, years later, he still ends up messing with her again. Mind you, this girl already no good. I told him I'm not trying to mess with girls he went to school with. He still was nonchalant. I don't know, that might have been a typo. Let me read that again. He said, I told him I'm not trying to mess with girls he went to school with. He still was nonchalant. I told him I'm not dealing with him till he gets his mind right. Am I in the wrong? Because to me, that's messed up. He could have easily got, it says get, but he probably meant got. This little spell checker thing, like they really be messing up like what you try to say. That happened to me all the time. He said, because to me that's messed up. He could have easily got a younger chick. Why date a girl from my high school I used to mess around with? And she was a jump down, old Milwaukee slang, LOL. At least I know not the cuff. He did. He said, is he wrong for cutting his father off? His own father, his own flesh and blood, going behind him, messing with girls that he messed with. I told you, Charisma, we had the player rule on our block. It was a lot. I grew up with a lot of dudes. We was mobbed up. You probably heard of us. HPT, 19th and Hampton. And so one of my particular guys, it just kept happening that he just kept going behind me with girls that I was talking to or messing with or already messed with. And so this is my guy. Like, I'm starting to get irritated, but I'm thinking at the same time, man, I done known him too long for us to get into it over these girls. So we all was out there one day and we came up with what we called the player rule. And people, like a lot of time when we was coming up with stuff, people was laughing, but then they took it seriously. Like what we said was, from now on, if you're going to talk to a chick that this dude talked to or I talked to or whatever, you going to come to them like a man first and see what they think about it. So people start doing that, and that was the end of it. Because he went behind with at least 2 or 3. And one of them, he kind of messed me up because this one I start getting irritated because I go all the way over there thinking this finna happen, that finna happen, and she gonna say, well, I messed with such and such. I'm like, how that happened? How did y'all even meet? Blah, 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 blah. And so it threw off my plans. So when I got back to the block, I'm like, man, when you do, we talking about it. And I told my guy, one of my other guys, like, man, ain't no way we gotta stop doing that. But at the same time, we ain't finna be getting into it over these 304s. Y'all know we use the other word. And so we start moving different after that. But your own father, yes, you should have cut him off. And no, you're not wrong for doing so. Now, if he come correct and he come humble and he apologize, that, I definitely will start dealing with him again, because she wasn't nothing to you. It's just on his end where he was wrong, and he shouldn't have been going behind with like a lot of older guys like younger women. But it's not kosher to go and deal with the same women, same girls, whatever, that your own son was dealing with. That's just showing like a disregard. So, no, you ain't wrong. And I would tell y'all, and y'all know I say all the time, that sometimes family ain't family. They just blood relative. When they doing stuff like this, they showing you that you don't mean that much to them. And so you gotta kind of confront them and see where his mind is at towards you. Because nowadays, that ain't nothing unusual, especially amongst us blacks. It's just not the same no more. Like, even, I love my father, cry like a baby when he died, everything. But when we grew up, like when I grew up, stuff was kind of changing. Like, well, we got to do a better job of it. We got to stop. And I'm going to come back with a part 2 to this. It's going to be brief, but I'm going to come back with a part 2. But we got to stop changing with the times in regard to our family relationship. So I'm going to come back with a part 2 to this. Stay tuned.